TransWorld has opened up for the 2022 season. Let's take a look at some of the booths. For everything scary, I'm GMHaunts, and the moment is finally here. TransWorld has opened up for the 2022 Halloween season. Well, ladies and gentlemen, TransWorld has come around once again. I know it's very exciting for haunters like myself. The convention, if I guess I can call it that, I guess the official name would be the Halloween and Attraction Show, where Halloween vendors from across the country set up booths to showcase their brand new items that they will be selling for the Halloween 2022 season. Now, TransWorld is more directed towards haunts and professional haunted houses across the country, not really for a haunter like me who is more on the mid-range for budget. The stuff that you see at TransWorld is more really high quality, really high grade, very professional, and since it is high professional, kind of a bit of a higher price tag. But nonetheless, TransWorld has always caught the attention of haunters like myself and haunted houses because the show is just so impressive, and it's the biggest Halloween attraction show in the entire world. Well, just yesterday, the show opened once again for its, I believe, like 40th time in a row. Very, very popular show, and it opens every single year in St. Louis from the America Center. Yesterday was the first day. It was Thursday, March 17th. It'll be running until this upcoming Sunday, so 4 days of it being opened. Unfortunately, I am not able to attend the event, but I do plan to be attending next year. We'll get to that at a later time, but a bunch of my haunter friends did make the trek out to St. Louis to the America Center to experience TransWorld 2022 for themselves. Now, a lot of them took some really awesome videos, and one of them is HauntWorld, a fellow creator here on YouTube. Today, I am going to be reacting to some of HauntWorld's booth tours of TransWorld 2022 that he released just yesterday. So, all credit of these videos goes to HauntWorld. Go show him some love. Go subscribe to him. Go share these videos around. All credit goes to him for the booth videos that you are about to see. But without further ado, let's take a look at some of the coolest booths from TransWorld 2022. So once again, before I show any of these videos, obviously credit goes to HauntWorld on YouTube. Go show him some love for taking all of these videos. I am taking them right from him. Credit goes to HauntWorld. You can see his link down in the description below. But starting off, I just want to take a look at the Dark Zone. Now, if you're unfamiliar, the Dark Zone is an area that TransWorld has every single year. This is an area of the convention center that they are in, the America Center, that they designate, and all of the lights are turned off. It's completely in the dark, and the only lights that are in there are the ones that the vendors and companies decide to put up to go with their props. They use some colorful lights, they use some strobe lights, they use some really, just really interesting lights to create some awesome effects. The entire area of Dark Zone just creates the effect like you're in a real haunted house. It looks really awesome. I've always loved the way the Dark Zone looks, and I feel like this year is easily one of the best years of the Dark Zone, so I wanted to take a look at this first. So there is so much going on in TransWorld 2022's Dark Zone. It just looks very awesome. I will say that the Poison Props company, they're an amazing company. They do some really awesome items. They were taking up most of the space of Dark Zone for 2022. Most of the animatronics and props that you're seeing in the video right now are Fright Props. They got to use most of the Dark Zone for themselves to showcase their items, and I mean, it looks absolutely incredible. Starting off by the beginning, I just want to say the lineup of brand new giant stuff just looks amazing. The Poison Props that are being used here, they look absolutely amazing. Their size is obviously just really, really awesome. They look gigantic. They're probably around 30 feet tall. The animations are really awesome. They're using some pneumatic motors. They're using some spring motors. They're using just a ton of stuff, scissor mechanisms. They're using a ton of mechanisms that are really high quality, all completely made out of metal to make the animations that you are seeing work. Most of the stuff in the Dark Zone this year was like over 12 feet tall. It just looked absolutely just incredible looking from these videos. I wish I could experience it in person, but again, like I mentioned in the beginning, I'm planning on going to TransWorld next year. You'll hear more information about that throughout the video and also as time goes on. But again, Poison Props just did a fantastic job of showcasing their items in the Dark Zone this year. One of my favorite areas was the entire like hospital area that is kind of themed to look like a hospital. You have some really creepy props there that just have some super fast animations that look really awesome. They shake around, they scream like the lab people. They look really awesome. One of my favorites was this weird lady that bangs a pot and pan. Really, really creepy. Just something that I feel like I would see in my nightmares. Looks really awesome, and the entire hospital theme that they're doing in the Dark Zone looks really awesome. The use of lighting from Poison Props was absolutely just genius. The flashing lights, the bright green lights, the blue, the red, all of the lighting that you're seeing here looks really awesome. It really illuminates the Dark Zone and makes it look awesome. And once again, it just fits really well with the animatronics and props that they're using here. The animations from Poison Props are always just incredible. They're all made of metal, they're super high quality, and they're made for professional haunted houses. It's so awesome to see them displayed so close to each other here in some really awesome lighting in the Dark Zone at TransWorld. Again, I really wish I could have gotten to experience it this year. I hope to be able to experience it next year for TransWorld 2023. But I mean, the Dark Zone for this year just looked absolutely incredible. Like I mentioned, one of my favorite things was that giant guy with the top hat and the moving mouth holding the lantern. That guy looked to be at least 20 feet tall, and a lot of it was just super big stuff. These strobe lights in the entire clown area looks really awesome, and overall, I'm just a huge fan of the layout and look of the Dark Zone for TransWorld 2022. Fright Props, I really applaud them for putting together such an awesome Dark Zone area. It really did create that illusion that you're in an actual haunted house and not at the TransWorld event. Overall, the Dark Zone for TransWorld 2022, absolutely phenomenal. I really love what they did with it. Poison Props did a great job showcasing their brand new and kind of old animatronics and props in the Dark Zone. They look really awesome, and I hope to be able to experience the Dark Zone for 2023. Let's take a look at this next booth that was set up for TransWorld 2022. So the next booth that I want to take a look at is the Distortions Unlimited booth, and kind of just one part of it. Distortions Unlimited got to have a bunch of areas to showcase their props. I want to take a look at my favorite part of it that was showcased in one of HauntWorld's videos. Now, we did get a little bit of an early look at Distortion's booth the day before TransWorld opened, which is the day before yesterday at the time of filming. We saw some really quick clips and Instagram reels by Distortions themselves and also by some other vendors of the booth. Now that the show is open, we get to take some actual high quality and in-depth looks at the Distortions Unlimited booth. What can I even say about this? I mean, Distortions always puts on and sets up an incredible booth for the TransWorld show, and I feel like this year was one of the best in my opinion. It just looks really awesome. Obviously, we have Mutant on display, the brand new 2022 animatronic monster, I guess I can call him, connected to an all-metal backboard. Mutant is by far one of the favorites from Distortions 2022 season. He's definitely one of my favorites. I just absolutely love him. I know people were very excited to see that he was on display here at the booth, and he had a pretty big role in the booth as well. He looks absolutely amazing, even better than he did in the official demo video, in my opinion. The use of fog and lights just looks absolutely incredible. Mutant looks really great in the booth. Next to him, we also have the electric chair, a classic Distortions Unlimited prop. And then next to the electric chair, we actually have a brand new 2022 prop that before TransWorld we hadn't yet seen, and this is Creepshow. Creepshow is a really awesome clown animatronic. He has a smaller clown, and by the way, this is Creep and Little Creep, if you didn't know. It's kind of an homage to them. It's like Little Creep is on the top and Creep is on the bottom. He's holding up a little clown, and the little clown looks like he's gonna fall down on top of you. A really cool effect, and that's not even all of it. Then the Creep, the big clown on the bottom holding up the little one, actually has a scissor mechanism that lunges towards you, and the clown actually comes right towards you. Really, really scary effect. If that happened to me, it's a really great jump scare. I love the look of it, and overall, Creepshow is a really cool prop. Next to Creepshow, we have the Colossus, obviously a super, super famous and giant Distortions Unlimited item. Colossus, I don't even know what to say about him. He's probably around 40 feet tall when he fully goes up. Gigantic head, obviously just larger than life. This looks like something that you would see in a movie. You can see in the video here what he looks like compared to an actual person or compared to the other animatronics. I don't even know how to describe Colossus. He's just one of the biggest items that we've ever seen from any Halloween company ever. Colossus is absolutely fantastic, and I love to see that Distortions was able to fit him in and display him in their booth for TransWorld 2022. But overall, I mean, the TransWorld 2022 booth for Distortions looked really awesome. They were able to use fog for almost all of their animatronics, which created a really cool effect where fog was almost always drifting around the Distortions Unlimited booth. The use of lighting was also really cool, and just overall, I love the Distortions Unlimited final booth. Big props to them for putting it together, especially Ed Edmonds, one of the lead people at Distortions. He's an awesome guy, and I'm sure he had a big part in designing this booth. Overall, really enjoy the Distortions Unlimited booth for TransWorld 2022. It really showcases their brand new items, and they look awesome. And I love Distortions at TransWorld 2022. Let's take a look at this next booth that was showcased at TransWorld for the 2022 season. Alright, so next up I want to take a look at VFX Creates. Now, I want to say right off the bat, I feel like VFX is an underrated company. Not enough people talk about them, and they should be, because VFX is an absolutely phenomenal company that creates some really awesome work. So taking a look at their booth, they had a lot going on and a lot on showcase for people to take a look at. The beginning of this video shows us one of VFX's most famous items, and this is their boxes. I'm not even sure what the official name of these things are, so I don't want to kind of make up a name. I'm just going to call them kind of jump scare boxes. We get to see someone from VFX showing them off, and they look really awesome. Basically, what this is just a box that an actor at a haunted house could hold. There's two different versions. One of them just looks like kind of like a Jack-in-the-Box box. I said box twice. It's just kind of painted to look like it's just a box you're holding up, like a clown box. And then the actor kind of opens it up, and a clown face pops out on a scissor mechanism and jumps out at the person. Really, really scary effect, and you really don't expect it, because it absolutely does not look like that something is going to jump out at you. The scissor mechanism is really good, and it kind of also has like an accordion effect where it's hidden, but then when you push it back in, it kind of just like folds back in. Really love the boxes that VFX creates. They look really awesome. The second version of the box that VFX has is one that actually is kind of like an illusion. It actually looks like that you can see into the box and that's empty. That one I think I like even more, because it just creates an awesome illusion. It looks like the box is completely empty. It looks like there's a piece of glass on the front of it and that there's nothing going on. But overall, it's just an illusion. It's just like a mirror that makes it look like there's nothing inside. Instead, it actually still opens up and a clown head also pops out. I feel like that one's an even better illusion, because you really don't expect it when you feel like that you have the comfort that you're looking in and seeing that there's nothing in there. Really awesome effect that it looks like there's nothing in there, and then it pops open to reveal that there is a clown head, and it jumps forward at you. I love the boxes that VFX creates. Probably one of my favorite items that they have. VFX also creates a lot of life-size puppets that you can kind of like have on your body, and they move around and actually look like someone is like on your shoulder. They're life-size. They look really awesome. They scream. They move. They're puppets basically, but they're life-size. You wear them on your shoulder. I love the puppets that VFX creates. They have some awesome detail. They look really realistic, and I love the life size that their life sizes, because they really look awesome. VFX is just such an awesome company. Their paint jobs, the eyes that they create on all of their items look really realistic. And like I mentioned, their sculpts and paint jobs are just really awesome. VFX Creates is one of my favorite companies that vendors at TransWorld, and I feel like they should be talked about more just because of how awesome they are in their product lines and the things that they create. VFX is such an awesome company. I love their boxes, I love their puppets, and I love their items that they look like they're going to throw them at you, and then they're like springs that come back to their hands. VFX is an awesome company with some really unique ideas, and I feel like more people should talk about them because they're just absolutely awesome. Let's take a look at the next final booth that I'm going to take a look at in this video from TransWorld 2022. So obviously I have to take a look at one of the most anticipated vendors who is going to be attending TransWorld, and this is Morris Costumes. One that a lot of haunters were looking forward to, including myself. I was super excited to see the Morris Costumes booth, and finally we get to take a high quality look at it in all the stuff on display, and take a look at the full booth now that the show is officially open. So Morris Costumes is another company that we got to take an early look at the day before the show opened. We didn't get to see it totally, and we also only got to see it very early in the build, not when it was completely set up. Now we get to see the final booth once the show opened and take a look at what it actually looked like. So first of all, yes, all of the brand new 2022 animatronics were on display at TransWorld. Obviously, the Halloween Party Expo was a little bit disappointing because Morris Costumes did not have any of the 2022 stuff on display. They only had old animatronics. But just as they promised, Morris Costumes did bring all the 2022 animatronics to TransWorld and had them on display. Once again, just like all the other booths that I just showed you, I really enjoy the layout and look of the Morris Costumes booth. The animatronics look absolutely phenomenal. I really enjoy the way that they look in real life. Prior to these videos, we had not seen any of these new animatronics in real life. We had only seen them in demo videos from Morris Costumes. Now that they're displayed at TransWorld, we get to see what they actually look like in the real world. And I have to say, I really enjoy all of them. I think they're all really awesome. We get to take a look at some animatronics such as the Rotten Harvester, who is my favorite of the season, but there is some other ones that are very close. Now taking a look at their booth. I love the Rotten Harvester. He's really awesome. We get to take a look at animatronics such as Pesky the Clown, the Servo-Crone Witch, the 8-foot Skeleton, the Graveyard Host, who I know is a fan favorite from this year. The layout of animatronics is really cool. I love how they put all the 3-foot characters right next to each other, and then they put the 2 big guys next to each other, the Graveyard Host and the 8-foot Towering Skeleton. I really love how the 8-foot Skeleton looks. He looks pretty cool next to the Graveyard Host. Graveyard Host I really do enjoy. Honestly, he runs close to me, in my opinion, to the Rotten Harvester. I think he's easily one of my favorites now from this season. Servo-Crone Witch also looks really good. However, I know that a lot of other people were pointing out Servo-Crone Witch's mouth actually tore already on the first day of TransWorld being open for Morris Costumes. Not gonna lie, that looks a little bit disappointing and a little bit bad for SVI, the manufacturer, Seasonal Visions International. It looks a little bit bad for them that on the first day, after like a couple hours, the mouth already tore on the latex face for the Servo-Crone Witch. Kind of sad to see that happening, but I did want to point it out because it is something that's been going around in a lot of videos and such. But overall, I also really enjoy the lighting that was used for the Morris Costumes booth. There was some flickering lights on the hulking werewolf. There's some flickering lights on the other animatronics. I love the Morris Costumes booth. It also looked pretty large. The animatronics were pretty spread out, and I just love the entire look of the Morris Costumes booth. The animatronics look really awesome, and it was awesome to get a look at not only new animatronics, but also ones from the past, including the Possessed Wall Hanger, Rusty, and just animatronics like that who are not new, but they're coming once again, and they're being put on display for sometimes the second, third, fourth year in a row. But at the same time, we did get to take a look at the brand new 2022 items, which was very cool because people were expecting that, and now we did get to take a look at animatronics such as the Rotten Harvester, the Hulking Werewolf, and Pesky the Clown. Overall, the Morris Costumes booth is definitely one of my favorites. I was really looking forward to seeing these brand new animatronics. And although I am a little bit disappointed that animatronics like Servo-Crone Witch got broken within the first day, and also I should mention Tumbling Clown I also heard got broken in the first day, and I can kind of see this in Haunt World's video. It seems to be that they turned him off because I heard that his motor burnt out and that he wasn't working anymore. Again, it doesn't really look that great for SVI as a manufacturer that on the first day the motor already burnt out, but I did want to point that out because it is something that happened and something that a lot of people are talking about. But overall, the Morris Costumes booth is obviously something that a lot of people were looking forward to, and we finally got to take a high-quality look at it now that TransWorld is officially open for the 2022 season until Sunday at the time of filming. But overall, I really enjoy the Morris Costumes 2022 TransWorld booth. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap up my video, taking a look at and reacting to some of my favorite booths. This is just 4 from TransWorld 2022. Please let me know in the comments down below if you would like me to do a part 2 of this video, where I take a look at some of the more booths, some more of the booths, I should say. Obviously, this is just a taste of the booths that are at TransWorld for the 2022 season. There's something like 200 vendors this year, and I only took a look at 4 booths in this video. Obviously, there's a lot more. I just took a look at the ones that I thought were the coolest, but there's some other ones that I also think are very, very cool. So let me know in the comments down below if I should do a part 2 of this video, taking a look at some more booths that were showcased at TransWorld. Obviously, TransWorld is still open. At the time of filming this video, it ends on Sunday, which I believe is the 20th. It's the 20th, March 20th, 2022. They are open until Sunday. They opened yesterday, the 17th, so they are open for 4 days. Obviously, I know a lot of people are very excited about it. I'm really excited to be seeing all the videos of TransWorld and all of the booths. Like I mentioned multiple times, I do plan to be attending TransWorld next year for 2023. Fingers crossed, as long as planning goes well. I wanted to be there this year, and we just couldn't make it happen. But I'm hoping to be in attendance for the 2023 version of TransWorld, because after this year, the show just looks really, really awesome, and I wish I could have been there to experience it. And I plan to be there for 2023, and also hope to be there. I plan and hope to be there for 2023. Remember to subscribe and like this video for more TransWorld 2022 videos and Halloween videos leading up to the 2022 season. I have more coming out and more coming out every single day as we go into Halloween 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, remember as always, for everything scary, I'm GMHaunts. I will see you guys later for more TransWorld 2022 videos. Goodbye.